Hi everyone, welcome to today's Let's Connect session. Today we're going to be discussing a very interesting topic about new product tools for Wikimedia communities. Next slide. Yeah, and we have an amazing guest who is Sandister from the Movement Communications team. She's part of the product and tech team of the Wikimedia Foundation. And she's going to walk us through new product tools and also um, how to make an entry into the community wish list. Like we all do for our clinics, this clinic has a trust and safety guide. You can click on the link, it takes you on there. Also, if you have any questions or any information for trust and safety concerns, you can click on or message any member with an LC in the name on your screen, and then they might attend to you. So next slide, please. Let's Connect, as we all know, is a peer learning program that is operated as a joint community foundation initiative. We are here to basically learn from our sharer and each other. We want to make this session as comfortable as possible for anyone. So we want you to be confident in asking any kind of question. There are no wrong or right answers or wrong question. We want you to feel free. That's what the Let's Connect culture is all about. We also want you to learn from anyone on the call, and so be very interactive on the call. I would love to hear from you as much as possible. Next slide. So why are we here today? Basically, participants will be able to understand how to contribute to the community wish list. Like I said earlier, you're also going to gain insights into the data analysis of the community wish list with its current focus. So there's been a whole rebrand of the community wish list. You're going to learn about that, and also going to get historical data and analysis of what has been happening previously and then what is currently happening. You're also going to have practical steps on how to use the wish list platform on a step-by-step basis. Next. So basically, we are currently at the check-in and introduction. After, there will be an icebreaker, there will be Sandister's presentation. There will be a Q&A with Sandister where we'll take your questions. There will be a demo and then another Q&A, and we'll take your feedback and closure. Next. So I think I'm moving on to Chino for the icebreaker.
Thank you, Justice, for the introduction. And thank you, Sandister, for being our guest. And thank you, everyone, for making time and joining us here today. Just to do a quick energy check in the room, we will be going for a quick icebreaker. For that, we will be sharing the icebreaker activity link in the chat, which is an easy retro board. The first column of the retro board, that is, what do you know about the Community Wishlist survey, which is now known as the Community Wishlist. That's the icebreaker question, the column number 1. And those who are familiar with the Easy Retro board, you can directly click on the link, which is already in the chat, and put your response by clicking on the plus sign that you will be seeing on your screen. And those who are joining from phone or any portable device and finding it hard to visit the link, you can drop your responses in the chat here in the Zoom call itself, and we will be taking that. So the question is, what do you know about the Community Wishlist survey, which is now termed as the Community Wishlist? Even if it is a new term for you, you can say that it is a new thing that you are hearing for the first time. And if anybody wants to raise their hand, unmute yourself and share your input. If you know anything about the Community Wishlist, please feel free to do that. Okay, I see response from Umar Musa, which I don't know much about it, but came across it several times. That's the community wish list. Okay, so at least you have familiarity with the term. That's good to see. Okay, we have responses on the board. I have no knowledge about it. Great. Okay. So you will be the person who will be getting back the knowledge for the first time from here. It's a space to ask the foundation what to focus on from community requests. Yes. Oh, Rene, is it in French? Your response of the chat. Would you like to unmute yourself and speak?
There is hello everyone, hello, and I hope that
We can hear
I'm
you.
on the yes. I hope that understandable. So because here there's I'm at restaurant, so there's some music. So what I see is that it's about a community where someone or some member of community send a list of suggestions in terms of software that they need to see next days on the for the community. So it's a kind of it's not a trash, but a box where someone puts the ideas and then the community select them or someone to develop. So it's what I think about this community. Thank you.
Okay. That's a quite concrete understanding though, but it's not precise. Yes. So we will be hearing to the different perspectives on it. We have another response on the board. I know it's a portal where you go to make a wish for tools to improve editing. Well, okay. Okay. This is a space where the suggestions for new projects to be developed are being received and where we see how they can be put into practice. Yes. Okay. How many of you in the room are hearing the term for the first time? You can just share thumbs up or put something in the chat. Or have you heard of this term community wishlist before? I have heard that before. Okay. Okay. Okay, considering the time factor, we will close the icebreaker here and thank you so much for your inputs. Going ahead, we will be taking more questions, and if you have any question concern, you can keep it to the question and answer, or you can raise hand during the Q&A and we will be addressing your questions. And I'll hand it over to Sandister.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sandister. I am in the Movement Comms team. I am a specialist for product and tech. I support community tech product team to be specific. And so I'm here on their behalf to talk to you about the community wish list. Next slide. So when asked if you've heard about the community wish list before, or how many know anything about it, I heard descriptions like it's a space. Someone also said it's a portal. All those descriptions are correct. We can call it a forum right? A forum where project contributors, or let's say Wikimedia projects contributors, come to share ideas or wishes to improve our product and technology. And then also, you are not just sharing ideas in this forum, you are collaborating with each other and the foundation as well to prioritize and take up these opportunities together. So we gather, we share our ideas as far as our product and tech priorities are concerned, or product and tech needs are concerned, because the wish list is not a place to discuss grants or other issues in the movement. Is specifically for product and tech. So yes, we gather, we share those ideas, and then we collaborate with each other, including the foundation, to set priorities, because sometimes ideas are many, we need to make choices. And so we prioritize together what we are working with, what we're not working with. And then when it comes to making these ideas a reality, we do it together as well. And we will talk more about that later. Now, the community wish list previously was called Community Wishlist Survey. It started in 2015, but it was revamped and it has been relaunched. It was relaunched in July this year, earlier this year. Now, previously, it was open annually. So that said, we have the wish list opening early in the year and then people submitting their wishes. But now, after the revamp and the reintroduction, it's open 24/7. So you do not have to wait annually to present your ideas about product and tech needs or ideas or suggestions. It's open 24/7. And every day of the year, you can go and submit wishes. Next slide. Yes. Now, this session is going to look at some aspects of the wish list, right? And this will probably be the flow, is that, of course, we're looking at what the community wish list is, how does it work? We'll also take a look at the intake form. When you go somewhere to share your ideas or you go to a forum to discuss ideas, you need a spot to leave the ideas, right? So there is a new intake form, which is one of the new things that have been introduced upon relaunch. And then we'll take a look, we'll look at the whole setup, we'll look around the wish list, we will have a Q&A for you to ask questions, and then we'll look at focus areas, right? Because that's where the action is. We'll look at focus areas, a key and new part of the wish list. And then we can give live feedback, because one of the things that the wish list gives room for is for people to discuss ideas, not just leave them there, review the ideas of other people. And that is what the wish list community does. So an opportunity will be provided here for those of you who want to actually give your feedback live in this meeting. And so earlier, I gave a rundown of what the wish list is. I will emphasize it. So you come with your ideas, or what we call wishes. The ideas are the same things as wishes. And then you leave them there. And together as a movement, we discuss, we review. And then, like I said, we take up these opportunities together. And so we are going to look at the intake form and see how ideas are received or shared. Next slide. Now, how does the wish list work? First of all, Anyone interested submits a wish. Now, the wish must raise a valid problem. And one of the new features, or let's say the new things that the community wish list does, is it allows people to make submissions in any language. So it's not just in English. You can submit a wish in any language. Now, after you've submitted a wish, yes, you can go off and you don't come back again. Or you can also participate in the review of wishes that other community members have submitted. Okay, so you can serve as a reviewer. Now, in the process of people submitting wishes, others reviewing the wishes, vetting the wishes, as that goes on, the Wikimedia Foundation, or specifically the community tech team, along with other teams at the foundation, they look at these wishes that have been submitted and look at commonalities. Let's say there are certain wishes that are coming up that keep discussing, for example, templates, right? There are wishes that keep coming up that keep raising issues around maybe visual editor, or maybe how people create articles, or how people are blocked on Wiki. Wishes keep coming up that may have similar themes or have similar patterns. So such wishes are grouped, and that group or that collection of wishes that are similar, it's known as a focus area or focus areas. So if wishes tend to describe a similar problem, they are usually grouped into focus areas. Now, as focus areas are being created, we tell the community each time there is a focus area that, hey, we have a focus area, a group of wishes, and we think you might be interested in these groups of wishes. So please have a look at them, critique, let us know what you think about how we've packaged them, and then you can vote on the focus areas. So voting on a focus area is like you're supporting or saying that, you know, this area or this problem area is something that's important that you want the foundation to look at. Previously, people used to vote on individual wishes. But now we're saying some of the wishes are similar, solving them. Sometimes you can solve things in a group or address things in a group. So it's best we group them and then have people support the ideas that the group of wishes are raising. Now, when you support a focus area or you discuss a focus area, it also helps give an indication to the foundation that, you know, this particular area is really important to the community. And so over time, we are encouraging community members to participate in the discussion of focus areas to give an indication that that problem area or that focus area or those group of wishes are important. And that is how come this is like one step into helping in the prioritization of like things that the foundation needs to pay attention to, or even all of us as a movement, not just the foundation, because as you would see, it's not just the foundation that will be fulfilling focus areas. The plan is that when focus areas are grouped, affiliates can take them up, communities can take them up. The foundation itself would also be able to take some up. So volunteers are also allowed to take focus areas up, all that apply. So together, focus areas then are packaged with the hope that they can be well scoped enough to be adopted by various movement entities. And so it's important that people come and discuss these focus areas. Next slide. So I will be sharing how the wish list intake form looks like. And then, yes, when you are able to, you can go and make a submission if you have something to share. Please let me know if you can see the wish intake form.
Yes, we can see it.
Great. So when you go on Meta and you look for the community wish list, yes, you will be able to locate the wish intake form. But quickly, I think I should show you how the community wish list itself looks like. And then we can find the submit button from there. So this is how the community wish list page itself looks like, with a very exciting blue banner. Yes, as you scroll down, or maybe scroll up rather, you will find the submit wish button. And that leads you to the form I showed you earlier, which is this one. The form works via mobile, so you can use it. You can also submit wishes on your mobile phone. Now this form, go ahead, submit your wish. You type your wish title, make sure it's brief, and it also contains like an indication of what kind of wish you want to submit. Now you describe the problem that you are sharing with us. You describe in detail everything. You can add fabricator tickets. You can add links to pages, whatever you think will best help illustrate the problem that you're trying to raise. So after that, you can now indicate what type of wish you just submitted or what kind of problem you raised. Is it a feature request? Are you requesting a new feature? Are you reporting a bug? Are you asking for a system change? If you don't know what you're doing or what you're asking for, it's fine. Just raise the problem and take here. And if after review, the community tech team will review this and be able to know if this is a feature request, a bug request, or a bug report or system change. Also, you need to indicate which project your wish is related to. So if it's going to scale across all projects, go ahead. But then if it's only meant for Wikipedias, you go ahead and you tick. Wikidata, you just tick. Wikimedia Commons, Wikisource, you just tick. And there's a longer list of all the wikis here. None is left out. And then if it's something else, that's the concerns a gadget, a bot, or some external tool, because our movements, we have such tools also that need improvements, you can indicate that here. And then who are the primary affected users, right? So are these users with advanced rights? Are these newcomers? Are these photographers who upload onto Commons? Who are the users that this feature or this improvement or this issue that you've raised concerns or will impact? And then if you have fabricator tasks that you would want to add to further make a point, you do, and then you publish your wish. So now that your wishes are, or your wish is submitted, I can show you what happens next. I hope my screen is still up because I've changed tabs. Let's look at all wishes. Okay, I'll show you around what happens to your, the space where your wishes live after you've submitted them. So I hope you can see the list of wishes here with the page, subpage, community wishlist /wishes. These are wishes or problems that people have raised so far. We have about 321 wishes since we launched in July. So folk have submitted wishes, some in different languages, other than English. And you can see we have someone requesting for a proper audio player, Wikipedia machine translation project. Someone's problem is about user icons. So many problems have been raised here. No one has asked for lunch yet or dinner. But yeah, so you just come raise your technical or product related issues and they'll be listed here. Now, the next thing that happens is we'll be grouping the wishes into focus areas. But before we go into that section, because focus areas, like it's a broad topic, a much broader topic, we'll pause for a Q&A. And then if you have any questions or comments, you can share and we can address them for you. So back to the moderator.
Thank you so much, Sandister. This is really insightful. So following up on the icebreaker question where I asked that what is your understanding of the community wish list so far? Now with Sandister's beautiful introduction, I would like to hear from the people in the room that now do you have a clearer understanding of what the community wish list actually looks like and what it is meant for? And if you have anything that you want clarification on, or if you have any question, please feel free to ask. And regarding the language support, please feel free to share your input in your own language. We have interpretations on, and those who are in need of language translation support, you can click on the globe icon below and choose your preferred language of translation to hear the inputs. So yeah, Umar, please go.
Yes, am I audible, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you for holding the sessions. It's been very wonderful journey so far, and we are really being educated about the community wish list. I just need a little clarifications. During the presentations, speaker made mention of products. So I want to really understand when you mention products here, what do you really mean? I am really confused. What do you mean by products here? Thank you.
All right, I'll give you a technical definition there. So a software that we are developing or we are developing and maintaining for users. Yes, that's the kind of product that I mean. And it could be, I would say in there, you could have features, right? And I can give an example. If you have any familiarity with the various teams at the foundation, you know, now and then we make releases, right? So let's say visual editor, okay? Or I don't know if you use the visual editor, I'm assuming, yes, that's some kind of feature, that's some kind of products that we have delivered to you for your use. Yes, that is the kind of product that I'm referring to. You know, the features, the compact things that we ship to the community, the group of things that we ship to the community, the features, the improvements, yes, those make up what I refer to as products. Is that fine? Or I need to give more examples.
No, I think I understand now. I
Okay.
understand what you mean, but thank you.
So let me share the link right here in the chat. Currently, I will say this is the entirety of the product teams at the foundation. Oh my God. I'm not very skilled with this. Yes, I found the chat. I'm dropping a link here for everyone. These are the product teams at the Wikimedia Foundation, the teams that build the products that we ship to you. And under every team, you will see the various products that they are working on. So you click a team, like campaigns, for example, they are sharing, they are building the campaign extension, which some of you may have engaged with. Sorry, not campaigns extension, events extension, which some of you may have been engaging with. The editing team, some of you may have heard of Edit Check. We are slowly discussing that with the community. We also have growth. Some of you may have encountered the growth features. So yes, those are the products that we are building to fulfill or to deal with user needs in the communities.
Thank you for that quick explanation on products. But yeah, just to add the simplest layer to what Sandister just explained. So yeah, anything coming from the technical advancement or any new tool that is being implemented to any kind of Wikimedia projects, that itself comes from the product team, and those tools itself are identified as one of the product or one of the outcome of the product team. I see you, Ruby, hand raised. Over to you, Ruby.
Okay, thank you so much, Sandister, for this insightful presentation. And I think I must commend the team for opening the wish list all year round, because sometimes we have some thoughts that we might not even wait till, I mean, by the end of the year, we would have forgotten about it. So I think it's a good thing. I wanted to also know if there are some wishes that come through that has those tools already in existence, and how do you address those kind of situations? Because for instance, I might not know all the tools that exist, but some of the things that I'm probably going to be wishing for might be in existence already. How do you address people who come with those kind of wishes? Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. So it's just about letting the person know that this wish has already been submitted, or this is a duplicate wish. So we'll just let you know. Sometimes the Wikimedia Foundation teams, or let's say community tech, before we even arrive on the talk page of the wish, because each wish that you create becomes a meta page. So there is a talk page attached to that wish, or at the back of that wish, at the back end. So we have discussions with submitters all the time. We engage submitters. This week, for example, I have thanked about 8 submitters, and people submit wishes and you don't thank them. Some of them will ask you, hey, I sent a wish and I've not received any acknowledgement. So there are discussions between the foundation teams and the submitters, and we are able to let people know that, hey, your wish has already been submitted before, or we know of this issue, it's here, we can link you. And then after that, you just know that, oh, what you submitted, someone has already sent that idea to the forum already. So it's just about us communicating with the submitters.
Okay, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you for the great question, Ruby. In fact, that clarifies my understanding also about the communication with the wish list. So, Sandister, if I get it correct, is it like pretty much similar to how we raise the fabricator tickets? Because when we email them about the ticket, we receive acknowledgement, and it is similar to the wish list thing, right?
Yes, it's similar. It's
Okay.
similar, yes. It's just like you have foundation teams at one end providing customer service and reaching out to whoever submitted an issue, an idea, suggestion, and letting them know that, hey, this has been acknowledged. And then, yes, move it through the process of the system to address matters. Sometimes if we have more questions also, just like on Fabricator, we talk back to people and say, hey, we don't particularly understand what you just said. Can you share more details? Can you provide more examples? We engage.
That makes sense. And that is needed, actually. The acknowledgement of the progress is always important from both ends. Glad to see that. Okay. Do we have any more questions here?
Yeah, I have one more question. Sorry.
Yes, please.
Are there wishes that are very impossible. Like people wish for things that is so impossible to do. And for instance, I've been looking forward to a time where we can have like videos that are uploaded on Commons. We should be able to see how many people are viewing those videos. How do we even assess the impact of all these images that we put there, except we see that they've been linked to this page on Meta or one Wikimedia project or the other. We don't see how the outside public are making use of those information. Yeah, so I wanted to just understand, like, I'm just curious.
Yes, so for starters, well, certainly there are things that are impossible, especially if they are outside the scope of product and tech. And then if the wish is within scope, it's about product and technology, who knows? Sometimes maybe we can't achieve everything that has been requested, but there are bits of it that we can do. So as to you, in this particular example that you've given, requesting for views, access to analytics on videos and content. Mike, I have a question for you. Have you ever submitted something like that before? Have you ever submitted a wish? Not yet.
No, not yet. Yeah, so maybe after this presentation, yeah, I haven't even tried the wish list before, so this is actually the first time. Yeah.
Well, I will say submit it. So far, I have not seen a wish like that yet. It could have been in previous editions, someone might have, I don't know. But yes, I will urge you to, we can have a discussion about this later. I can even check for you, somebody has submitted it already so that you don't invest time, but I haven't seen any like that yet. To answer your question, there will certainly be requests that might be just technically not feasible at the moment for us. But then for me, I would say submit. Submit first, and let's have a discussion. Let's have a practical, look. Let's have a look at this and see how practical the request is. Is that fine?
Yes, please. Thank you. That's awesome.
I can feel what you actually wanted to ask, Ruby. In fact, I had the same curiosity for page views and the file uses on Wikimedia Commons. So I am also currently working on a user script to see that, which is not yet completed, but hopefully I'll make it soon. But this is very insightful to address that, actually.
Yes. So you can also submit your work, where it's gotten to, if you are looking for additional help or support, all of that can be raised, on the community wish list.
Yes, thank you so much, Sandister, for that. Okay, so we have time to take one more question here. So probably I saw Renepele, you had raised your hand while Sandister was answering to the previous question. Are you still up with that
Je
question?
pourrais parler en français, tu feras la traduction s'il te plaît? C'est possible?
Yes, please. Go.
Ok, merci. Alors, ce que j'ai à dire, c'est que au sujet des impacts, de l'impact sur Commons, c'est vrai, on n'a pas un impact chiffré sur le nombre d'utilisateurs d'un média ou bien d'une photo ou d'une image. Sinon, on a quand même la possibilité de voir où est-ce que l'image a été utilisée, dans quel projet, dans quelle activité wikimédienne le média a été utilisé. Donc ça, c'est déjà fait. Même sur Commons, on a cette possibilité de... Et maintenant, l'idée derrière, de prolonger, de pousser un peu plus loin, c'est assez intéressant, quoi. Ça pourra aider les personnes à savoir où vont leurs images. Donc voilà ce que je voulais ajouter. Merci.
That's a good observation, I would say, Renee. But Ruby's question was precisely towards identifying the uses of one particular file on top of it. Like right now, what you just said, you go to the file user statistics, and then you will be able to see like it's a different page altogether. But what Ruby wanted to see is whenever you visit a page having a file on the front, on the same page, you see the statistics, like how many times it has been used. So yeah, there is a slightly difference in the understanding, but that's a great observation, I would say. Thanks, Rene, for your info. Okay, there is a question for you in the chat, Sandister. What is the deadline for submitting wishes? So you just said that it is open 24/7, but yeah.
Yes, no deadline, any day, anytime, please submit your wish. The only thing that I would say you need to be aware of is that we progress wishes into focus areas, right? We group them with similar wishes. So once a focus area has been closed and we say, okay, now we are done, we are shipping it to the folk who are going to work on it, then that means that your wish, which had the potential to enter that focus area, will no longer be able to enter that focus area because folk have started probably working on that focus area. But that doesn't mean that the wish expires because it didn't make it into a focus area, which has a timeline, right? No worries, just submit. It will be there for the next time. Wishes don't expire. So no deadline, I would say no deadline, but it's just that focus areas have to be progressed, right? Into actually fulfilling them. They can't be open forever. We have to close at a point and then let people start taking care of the problems and solving them. So yes, that's no deadlines.
Well, I have a follow-up question to that actually. Okay, we see that there is no deadline to submit the wishes, but what is the expected timeline that somebody can expect a revert or an acknowledgement from the team that your wish has been acknowledged, or I mean, just for a confirmation so that the user or the submitter doesn't feel like, okay, I don't know what happened to my wish.
Yes.
What is the expected time?
The plan always is to greet and thank folk by, I would say, in 48 hours. So we'll just thank you and say that, in case we have a question, we will get back to you. And then that's what we do. So that's my job. In 48 hours, I'm supposed to let you know that we've seen your wishes. There are days though that the moment you drop your wish, you have like 2 community members already having a conversation with you about the wish that you submitted. And so sometimes when there are intense conversations going on and people acknowledging that there is a wish, the community itself already is vetting the wish, discussing the wish, contributing to the wish. Sometimes I like to stay out of those discussions because I don't want to be the one with that template going to thank people when they are busily discussing. And I feel like my thank you is almost unnecessary. People are too busy having a conversation here. But a lot of times I plan to thank everybody in 48 hours unless, there's so much conversation already after the wish. But the next step is that we review the wishes. And if it's out of scope, we will let you know that it's out of scope. It's not just about a thank you, but if it is out of scope, we'll let you know, no, this is not the place for this wish. If it has already been submitted, like in Ruby's case, we'll let you know that this thing exists here already. You might want to see it. And then if it doesn't have insufficient information, it has insufficient information, we will also let you know, and then you can provide more information to make it complete.
That is clear.
And yes, I have, if you can see the screen, I have the top page of one of the wishes that I have said thank you. on the top page, letting the person know that, yes, the wish has been seen, and we'll get back to them if there are any further questions.
That clarifies my question. Thank you, Sandister.
Welcome.
Do we have any more questions here in the chat or on the retro board? Okay, nothing in the chat right now. Nothing on the board right now. Okay, back to you, Sandister, for the next one.
Yes. So the next thing that we have is we're going to look at focus areas. Okay. A non-technical definition of what a focus area is just simple. We look at wishes with similar themes, and then we group them, or wishes that are raising similar problems, and then we group them. So that for you is a focus area. And one of the focus areas that I suggested, because I feel it has something that, or it touches a topic that we can all connect to, was the templates focus area. So if you come to the wish list here, you will see that we have a section dedicated to focus areas. There's the template recall. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Can you just increase the font a little bit so that it is clearly visible? Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
How does it look?
Yeah, better. Thank you.
Welcome. So we have the template recall and discovery focus area, which is in progress. Now, there are other focus areas, as you can see. There's help content reviewers more efficiently manage their repetitive tasks, make it easier for patrollers and other editors to prioritize tasks, and so on and so forth. All of these things are ongoing there. But we will check out the template recall and discovery. So this is a focus area. Scroll down or scroll up, you will see the list of wishes that make up that focus area. As you can see, this wish or this idea is about templates. Select templates by categories. Easy access templates. Quickly add info box. Everybody knows that info box are I would say, tools. They are staples for editing, right? We use them often, but people don't find them easily. At least that's what some users are saying. So someone says, we want to be able to quickly add info boxes. Could you fix this thing for us? Or make this thing possible for us? And then we have people also who want quickly add favorite and related templates. So as in, if you've been using a template for a long time, you want to be able to favorite it, make it sticky, so that whenever you need it, you can have it. So here, we group them together and we have this focus area. So on a regular focus area page, you find the title, you find the list of wishes that created that focus area, and there's a description, what we understand or what we think that this focus area is about, how we put it together, who were the folk who submitted the wishes. We've investigated the focus area and we have found a couple of things that we want to share with the community. If we have any design, exploration, screenshots to help better tell the story of what this focus area is and what it hopes to achieve, we shared that with the community as well. So of course, there are other details like dates and whatnots on when it was created or last updated. And then the community members or teams or affiliates who are involved with that particular focus area, we list them here. So these are the people who submitted the focus area. Then voting, right? Who is supporting this focus area at this point? You have a button here that allows people to vote. But then after you vote for the focus area, you'll see that there's a list generated here for everyone who supports the focus area. I want to give people the opportunity to check out this focus area, just a couple of minutes, read. If you would want to vote now, feel free to log in into your account and vote for the focus area if it makes sense to you, if you think that this is something that I would want the foundation to work on. I'm also sharing a second focus area, which is also exciting for those of you who are organizers and new contributors. I will share this focus area with you and we'll see if this works for you as well. Let's see, focus areas. It's called article creation guidance, right? And this focus area wants to know how might we provide newcomers with the support and guidance they need to confidently create articles while minimizing frustration and reverts. So what the wishes here do is they are sharing some of the measures, right, that can create guidance. So for example, look at this one, indicates in Wikipedia articles which target audience they are aimed at, improves the review speed. After making a new page, make it a draft so bad pages aren't left. We've gathered a couple of wishes. Make it easier for newcomers to create their first articles. All of these things have come together to form this particular focus area. Let me share it in our chat. There you go. So any of these focus areas, which is a template and which is the one on article creation guidance for newcomers and also organizers who support newcomers, whichever one resonates with you, feel free to check it out. You can leave a comment on the top page if you want. And then you can also vote for the focus area if you want, if you feel that it resonates with you. So we'll have time. I think the Let's Connect team is giving us time to just have some quiet moments reading and then taking action. So please note that as you contribute to this, you are in one way or the other supporting discussions which help take decisions on how we prioritize whether we are doing focus areas that are on article creation guidance or template recall. Your voice is in the comments that you leave. Your voice, it's in the votes that you leave or the votes that you send. If you have any questions during this quiet time, you can ask and I'll share what I know.
You, Sandister, for sharing this actually, the links and the activity details. I see there is a question on the retro board. The question says that my question is regarding the focus areas. Who clubs the wishes? And what are the benchmarks followed for identifying the focus areas? I can paste
The question
in the
again.
chat. Yeah, the question says, my question is regarding the focus areas. Who clubs the wishes? I mean, after once the wishes are published. And what are the benchmarks? Maybe the clubbing criteria it refers to. What are the clubbing criteria for identifying the focus areas of wishes?
Who what the wishes? Sorry, I don't get that part of the. Who groups the wishes? Is that the word?
Yes, who clubs the wishes? And what are the benchmarks followed for identifying the focus areas?
What are the benchmarks for identifying focus areas?
Yes.
Yes, so on the who, this is a collaborative exercise. So I would say the entire community tech team, okay, thanks for sharing the retro. Yes, the entire community tech team is responsible, led by the product manager, is responsible for grouping the wishes. We also consult. It's not just community tech alone, because some of the wishes are found in themes or topics that are taken care of or that are managed by other teams in the foundation, right? So we mentioned editing, I've mentioned probably web, all these other product teams. We have conversations with them. Community tech initiates conversations with them and lets them know that there's something here that we need your help in understanding. So it's a multi-team, sometimes even interdepartmental collaboration to try to understand what exactly that has been asked. And once we are clear on what this is and what the wish is happening, what the wish needs to happen, and then we even consult the person who submitted it. Once we have a clear idea, then the product manager progresses the wish into, I will show you something, progresses the wish into a focus area, right? Then if it's not, then it can be archived or it can be left there until it's ready for a focus area. So the who, a collection of people, collaborators led by the product manager of community tech. So that's the first part of the question. And then the benchmarks is, the benchmarks for identifying, Justice, thank you for posting the question, for identifying the focus areas. I would say it's, I'm looking for the best word to use, because initially I've been using words like wishes with similar patterns, wishes with similar problems, highlighting similar problems, wishes highlighting similar themes, okay? That is just the benchmark. That really is the benchmark for grouping wishes into focus areas, that they raise a similar theme, they raise similar issues, they raise similar problems. I will share with you once again the example that we've been looking at with the template recall process or template recall and discovery focus area. You look into that focus area, you see that all the wishes that have been grouped are wishes that relate to templates, that have a request concerning templates. So it doesn't mean that every template wish out there will make its way into a focus area. But what it means is that wishes that are at the end of the day found in a particular focus area, they all are related and they ask for things that address a similar problem space. So that's the benchmark. And so you probably ask, okay, if there's a wish that talks about templates but doesn't make it here, then why is that? It's simply because the wish is probably about templates, but it's not a wish that product and tech should be solving. It probably belongs in another team. It means that the wish was probably incomplete. We've called on the person who submitted it to give further explanations. The person has been quiet, so we do not have an understanding of what the person is trying to say. Maybe the wish was itself that, it was not, let me say, well written, or it involves a certain aspect of work that community members or maybe the foundation has said that it will not be addressed here. So there are a lot of reasons why a wish will not progress into focus area. But the moment it enters, the benchmark that has been used is that it addresses a similar theme in relation to those that it's been grouped together with. It raises similar problems. Yes, Chino, it has to be clear and doable. And I'm just interested in the meaning of the word club. Like, let me check. What does it mean? Because I'm still trying to find if this is a new word that I'm learning. So probably the person who asked the question, you can help me, because I want to leave here with the new word. I've Googled it, as you can see, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so I hope I've been able to answer your question. Let me know if you have any more.
Yeah. So if I understand it correct, Sandister,
Yes.
while identifying the technical aspects, when we see a group of similar things, like
Yeah.
we put it into the same bucket, then it is called as a club. Like we are clubbing the ideas or we are clubbing the aspects. So that is what it means, I
Okay.
guess.
Yes. Sounds good to me. Thank
So
you.
yes, the learning clinic is working both way. We are
Yes,
learning
it's
from
working
you.
both ways. It is. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'll give you people back the time to explore the link that Sandister has left. I'll paste it again so that you don't miss it in the chat. And I'll hand it over back to you, Sandister, to continue on this one.
To confirm, we are still having our quiet time, or I need to make progress on something.
We can have 10 minutes time for this.
Cool.
In the meantime, I would request the participants, please follow the instructions that Sandister has given you. Also, if you still have any question, feel free to put it in the chat or raise your hand, or you can simply just put it on the retro board and we will address it.
Yeah. Hello. Can I ask a question? I was actually looking for where I will raise my hand.
Yes, we can hear you and you can ask your question.
Okay. So is this tool still in the beta phase, or is it fully in production? Like we can use it actually.
It's been deployed. It's live.
Okay.
Yes, feel free
Okay.
to
It's
use the
live.
form. Yes. All that we're
Okay.
doing also that may resemble testing is that we are still receiving feedback. It was just
Okay.
launched in July, so people sometimes have feedback that, oh, well, something is not working, my form is not loading, I cannot use something in another language.
Okay.
Yes, and so we are receiving feedback on that, but in terms of functionality, being able to do all the things that I just mentioned, it's
Okay.
yeah, and you go on the top page, community members are already there having discussions, and it's working. And we've even scoped focus areas already, and some of the focus areas are well on their way to teams that are looking at them. So yes, please go ahead.
Okay.
It's not,
Okay.
yes, in beta. It's actually deployed, it's in production, and it's ready for use. But it's
All
software, so
right.
yeah, we are still taking feedback
Okay.
on its performance.
And this tool is basically used in only Wikimedia meta page. There is no API maybe where you can use it somewhere else. Is there anything like that, or is it just basically on Wikimedia?
Yeah, it's good that you've asked that. So currently it just lives on Meta, which is the wiki where most of us or many of us plan our projects and document our stuff. So it's just on Meta. It doesn't show up anywhere, not linked in any of the other wikis or be used anywhere else. This is the only entry point. But that, now that you've mentioned it, it's something that I can raise with the team, you know, because if making suggestions or building ideas, sometimes you don't have to probably leave your wiki to go somewhere else to ask for something. It could be something that you are right there and then you are reporting or making suggestions on right from your home wiki. It's a possible future, but yeah. For now, the only entry point is that you go to MetaWiki for that.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Is there anyone that wants to try their hands on voting or something that they need help with? I'm happy to help.
This is also a space to ask any questions about anything about Sandister that has said tonight or this evening or this morning.
I myself tried just to add my vote to the template recall and its discovery part. But I'm not sure if I'm seeing the right page because I don't see my support on the page. Let me just refresh the page. Oh, it's there. Oh, yes, it's a good one. I learned it. Thank you, Sandister.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And yeah, so from time to time, anyone wants to just hop on and see the wishes that are there, comment, vote, whatever you need to do, you are always welcome to do so. Just go to Meta and then look for Community Wishlist. Suppose you are on the Meta landing page, just key in Community Wishlist and you are there. And you can participate.
This is interesting. Well, we do have 2 new questions on the board, I see. The retro board.
Okay, I'll move there now. Yes, so we have are there any limitations we should keep in mind while submitting any wish? Is there any restriction on submitting the number of wishes from a single contributor? No. So my answer to the one about restriction on the number of wishes you can submit, there is none. I know some experienced community members who have submitted, like 10, maybe? I saw almost 10 wishes from this person. And please, no limit. We've not set a limit. So please go ahead and post as many times as you want, so long as the wishes follow the guidelines of being product and tech related and yes, you are able to clearly raise a problem and it's doable or actionable, okay? So it's not just about complaints, but get to the point and tell us what exactly you want to see changed. There's no restriction. And then are there any limitations which we should keep in mind while submitting any wish? Like I said, specific to product and tech, that's what the wishes should be. And then also you should raise a problem. And that's literally it. Yeah, should raise a problem and it should have products and tech as the theme. Yeah. There's one more here, but I feel like we've dealt with it. If you can see my screen, there is does it currently live on Meta or is
Yeah.
available elsewhere? Yeah, it's only on Meta.
It's addressed. I see
Yeah,
Cassie has raised hand for a while. Back to you,
Okay.
Cassie.
I have a question actually. It's a two-part question and they're related to each other. The first one is if you know what communities are most represented in asking questions and what languages are most represented in asking questions.
Yes, the communities that are most represented is the usual suspects. The top 10. When I say top 10, I'm referring to in terms of size of the content and size of the community of editors who contribute to those wikis. You know, the English Wikipedias, the French, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian. Now I'm actually doing this from memory. But yeah, those big five, like, you know, the big 5 to 10 wikis, a lot of times they are well represented, especially around topics of product and tech. So they are the usual suspects. But in terms of the wishes, majority of them are submitted in English. If I got your second question correct, majority of them are submitted in English. I think besides English, we've seen some other languages, but English still leads the pack. Previously, it was the same thing. It's still pretty much the same thing. But the only difference now is that actually you can see different languages, which probably I can, you know, in the interest of time, I could just show some. So please, you can keep your questions coming while I do this in the background and show you examples of wishes that are in different languages, if we have time. Cassie, I hope I've been able to answer.
You did. Thank you so much. I see one in the chat and I think it is in French and we will translate in a second. So please be patient.
Okay. In the meantime, for those who can see my screen,
and it is translated. Thank you, Jana. Jana translated and it says, if I submit a wish in French, will it be easily accepted?
yes, it will be easily accepted. I would want to show you something here. So suppose there is a excuse me. So I have pulled up something here. This wish is in Japanese. There is always a button here that allows the community to prepare a particular wish for translation and go ahead and translate. We've made provision for that wish, that feature, that functionality. So that would be translated. Now, you know that these days we have it's been here for a long time, browser-based translations, machine translations that are coming from Google. For those of you who use Chrome, Chrome is my theme. So unless you use another browser that doesn't offer that, you see here that there's Google Translate. So you can do that quickly to be able to especially those coming to comment on your wish, they can do that immediately. But yes, we've made provision. We will accept French, any language, because this is Japanese, right? And then someone will prepare it for translation. And yeah, so language is not a barrier at all. I will use this opportunity to add that since you can still quickly translate a wish using the machine translation from Google Translate or the browser-based translations, there is we've put out an announcement. I'm going to post it in this chat right now about updates here. I'll share with you shortly. It's good news that now the community wish list is testing machine translations that are supported, oh no, by Mint, right? Which is the machine translator service owned by the movement. Okay, so now we are not just using services from external services, we are using our very own Mint. Okay, so that's exciting. Yeah, so all wishes in different languages, French, whatever, anything is allowed, it's encouraged. And yeah, there are services that are helping us be able to understand each other in this multilingual session.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this seems like, though I was familiar with the community wishlist before, but in this session, what we have seen Sandister, this more or less feels like a magic slate where you put a wish irrespective of the language barrier, irrespective of the understanding of the issue, irrespective of the the practical implementation, because there is a team fully available to take care of that wish, how that should be processed. There is a method, there is a process which needs to be followed step by step, and each step you get the update that okay, your wish is getting processed, assessed, or your wish is under deployment. This is the status of your thing that you put it into, and now it is the magic is happening, your tool is your wish has been granted. This is really amazing to see that. And I also see Mint getting popular. That is also another highlight. And this is so good to see that.
Thank you for adding that. So the wish dashboard, as you can see, when you click all the wishes, like you click see wishes or see all wishes, it tells you, it summarizes or gives you the metadata about the wish and then the progress of that wish, right? So, and if ever you do not understand any of these, it's there is a key. Okay, there is a key on the page, on the landing page of the wish list that tells you what these statuses, wish statuses mean. So you can follow your wish all the way till it enters a focus area and then the wish has been fulfilled or delivered. So thank you for raising that. It's important that we share it with the community that you can actually follow your wish throughout the entire process.
Yeah, I mean, I myself am from an engineering background, and the baseline we follow is that we believe in data, we believe in statistics. And when I see this statistics, this is really impressive, and this is definitely adding value to the movement. Thank you so much, Sandister, for sharing all these things with us. Okay, in the respect of time, we will see if we have any more questions or anything in the chat. Okay, nothing on the chat as of now. Okay, nothing as of now on the board too. Okay, now it's our feedback time. Okay.
So yes, yeah, if you have any feedback about the community wish list you think is great, I'm dropping a link into the chat for you. Oh no, This is leading us back to the templates. Yeah. So this is the final talk page that you can leave your feedback on about the wish list. There we go. Yes. Sorted. So you can visit there and leave your feedback, or if you want to give it to me directly also, that's fine. And I will pass it on to the community tech team.
Well, I have my honest feedback here. This is super useful, super simple to understand, and definitely helpful for all the communities, because we see there are different wishes and different changes from the Wikimedia communities in terms of their languages, in terms of their contributions from different regions. And I see community business as one of the best places to address those. This is super helpful.
Thank you. I will take the message back to the community tech team. They will be happy to hear.
Okay, everyone. Now this space is open for you all. If you want to add anything to what Sandister presented, please feel free to unmute, raise hand, or put your response in the chat. We would love to hear back from you.
Maybe I can ask some clarity as well, maybe for the group, as to what kind of feedback are you looking for?
Good one. So as we spent some quiet time reading some of these wishes, and we can give feedback on these wishes like that. In support, like, yeah, this thing resonates with me. So we are looking for feedback that says that something resonates with you or not. We're also looking at feedback that just talks about the tool itself, the tool known as the wish list itself, right? Does it really help you communicate your ideas in a forum? Like, does you share it? Does it make it easier? And then also, or let me say, is it accessible, right? If you feel like you're struggling with something, you should share with the team. So it's not just about the ideas, you providing your support or your criticisms of the ideas, but also the feature, the tool itself. Do you feel like it really helps you participate in surfacing ideas for the product and tech teams to use? Do you feel like this empowers you to do that? Or it's like, man, well, this thing doesn't really help me. So since I've mentioned that is a tool that helps you be able to share your ideas and prioritize, yes, we want to hear your feedback on if the tool actually achieves that for you. And then also the ideas that you find there, such as the focus areas I've shared with you, feedback on that is also welcome. So these two things, we can start from there.
So since we don't have any more feedbacks, I want to thank everybody for joining today's session. There's a Mentimeter which I've just shared in the chat, where we want to take your feedback on what we have done so far in the session how you felt about your session. It's so important for us to hear from you on what you feel and what we can change and not moving forward in our subsequent clinics. So yeah, I think you can use the link. If there are no more questions and comments, we want to thank everybody for joining today's session. We are grateful for your participation, and we hope you take advantage of the community wish list to put in your comments, feedback, and make sure that everything that you need to make it easy for your work, you are actually doing so. So at this point, I think we can all open our mics and say our bye-byes after filling out the Mentimeter.
The simplicity and clarity I've gotten on this Sandister, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I think a lot of us appreciate it. There are so many questions that came into the chat, as well as everyone coming off their mics. And I honestly think this was super helpful. And your pace was really amazing to follow through.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Gracias.
So, following the Let's Connect culture, we will take the last few seconds of your time to unmute yourself, say bye or thank you in your own language, in your own mother tongue. And yeah, feel free to unmute and say it in your
Thank
language.
you.
Muchas
Thank you.
gracias.
Unemela.
Yeah,
Thank you, Sandister. Thank you, participants. Thank you, translators. Thank you.
Gracias, team. Thank you, translators.
Bon voyage.
Garden.
Bon voyage.
Ciao, ciao.
Mayega, mayega, mayega.